You can't claim you're sovereign and then claim rights under the Constitution. That's not how it works. No, that is not how it works.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're dealing with a Moorish American, sovereign citizen, who flat out refuses to accept the name that's printed on the docket. In his infinite wisdom, he manages to keep his already active warrants alive and kicking instead of clearing anything up. We've got not one but two separate court appearances to walk through. So buckle up, because this is a masterclass in how to talk yourself into deeper trouble, not out of it.
So let's
jump
begin.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. What's your name, sir?
If I can help you.
I'm Williams L.
Yes, Your Honor, but the defendant is identified in the docket as Michael Williams. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that's the name they're calling me, but I am Williams L.
I understand.
Michael Williams. Okay.
No,
Mr.
I'm not
Williams,
Michael Williams. Your Honor,
Okay.
I am Williams
Okay.
L.
This
Well,
little
Mr.
stunt is a classic sovereign citizen move. They think that by denying the name on the docket, the court somehow loses the ability to connect them to the alleged crime. In their minds, "That's not my legal fiction" is a magic spell that makes the charges disappear. In reality, all it does is frustrate the judge and drag the process out. The paperwork doesn't vanish just because you pretend the name belongs to someone else.
Fine.
Okay. So here's the thing, Williams L. I have to call you what's on the documents that I have present for me in court today. We can either handle it that way, or you don't have to handle it, and then it just will be like you didn't show up to court today.
No,
So it's
Your
either
Honor,
way,
I'm just
but I
letting
have
you
to
know
call
who I. Your Honor, I'm just letting you know who I am.
Okay.
I am Williams
That's fine.
L. I am not Michael Williams. They kept calling me Michael Williams. I told them who I was. I am a sovereign Moorish American. I'm not United States citizen, Negro, Black, or color, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me tell you, Mr. Williams, this is the last time I'm gonna say it. This is all I have for you. If you don't want to handle it under that name today, then I have to act as if you aren't present. And so that's fine, but I
You
have
say
to
what?
call
Hold
you
on.
what's that document, okay?
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that, Your
I
Honor?
said, if we can't handle those matters and those tickets that's on that case under that name, then that's fine. But it's gonna be as if you didn't appear for court today because I have.
Ma'am, I'm here today, ma'am.
Right. So I'm just saying when I
Williams
call those
L is here
documents to you-
today. I'm
Did
just
you-
letting you know
Hold
who
on,
I
Mr.
am,
Williams.
ma'am.
And
And
the
that's
judge already spelled it out for him. Williams L. is not on trial today. The person facing these tickets is Michael Williams, whether he likes the label or not. So while he keeps playing identity gymnastics, the court is still waiting for the actual defendant to show up. It's like he's convinced that if he keeps repeating his proper title, the charges will get bored and walk away. Spoiler, they don't. They just sit there, attached to his real name.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I am Williams L.
So that's fine. When I call it on the record, I'm gonna have to call it on the record as the name on the ticket, just so you know, okay?
Okay, and I'm gonna let you know that I'm Williams L. Okay, I'm cool
That's
with
fine.
that. And I'm letting you know who I am. I'm a
Okay.
Moorish American.
Okay. Did you
Sovereign.
wanna offer? Okay, did you wanna offer for it or no? Are you gonna try and I need to kind of know where you're going. Are you gonna want a trial? Are you gonna try and wanna
No, I
offer
do not
with-
agree. I do not agree to none of this. I'm sovereign.
Okay, so if you're not gonna participate, we're just gonna act like you're not here today, and I'm going to go ahead and.
I am
say-
here today, ma'am. You seeing me right here? That's on
You
record.
have to- Listen, just because you show up doesn't mean that you're here. You have to participate, okay?
Ma'am, I'm a sovereign. I'm letting you know who I am.
Listen,
I'm participating. I do not
and
agree.
Mr. Williams, that's fine, but if you don't participate, saying you're a sovereign doesn't help me.
Honestly,
to be fair.
declaring yourself sovereign doesn't help him with the judge at all. If anything, it just makes him sound like someone who binge-watched too many fake law videos on YouTube and decided it was a personality. The court doesn't suddenly unlock a secret menu of freedoms because you use the right buzzwords. All it does is make you look out of touch with reality. And the more he leans into it, the less seriously anyone in that courtroom takes him.
I'm just letting you know who I am. That's
Okay.
violating the constitutional right, ma'am.
So do you want an offer or not? That's my question.
Do I want to what?
An offer to the tickets or not?
Do I want to? I can't understand. You said, do I want to offer?
Do you want an
tickets?
offer? Do you want to try and resolve this today as far as?
Yes,
an offer?
I do want to resolve it. I asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction. Your Honor.
Oh, no, that's not gonna happen. So you can, I'm
Well,
not gonna
I'm
dismiss
just,
this
I'm
case.
speaking for myself. I have no attorney, so I'm speaking for myself. I asked for this
Okay, I'm
case
gonna
to
call
be
it that. Give me
dismissed.
his case.
You're violating my constitutional right.
How
And
do you
I
have
asked for your oath of
constitutional rights
office.
if you're not a citizen?
I'm not a United States citizen.
So how are you entitled to constitutional rights of citizens?
Here we go again, time for the judge to ask the simplest question in the world. State your name for the record. Let's see if our sovereign scholar can handle that without launching into a speech about titles and nationality. If you've been watching up to this point, you already know the odds aren't great. I'd put money on him dodging the question again. Press X to doubt he gets it right this time.
You got to uphold to the sovereign, sir. You can't. I'm not United States citizen. I'm not Negro, black, or color. You're not under I'm not under your jurisdiction.
I understand, but my question to you is, if you want to rely on your constitutional rights, how do you have constitutional rights if you're denying your citizenship?
Yeah, because I'm an American. I'm a
I understand.
national.
I get
I'm
it,
a
but
Moorish American. I'm not United States citizen corporate. I'm a Moorish American. I'm an American national.
okay, but you're still present in this jurisdiction, right?
I just asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction. That's
When
it.
he proudly announces he doesn't even have a name, just a title, that's when you know we've left the realm of logic. At this point, he's basically applying for most delusional litigant of the year. The judge is trying to keep it professional, but he is making it nearly impossible. You can almost hear the collective eye roll from everyone else in the room. This isn't deep legal theory, it's just stubborn nonsense on full display.
I don't want no attorney. I can speak for myself. I'm not a minority.
Right.
What am I doing here?
He can represent himself. Don't worry about it. You put
I can
yourself on
speak
record.
for myself.
All right.
I'm speaking
Now
for
calling the
myself.
matters
Y'all
of the
violating my
people.
rights. That's a
Now
sovereign.
calling the matters of the people versus Michael Williams. This is ticket number SP 1212334. Count 1, use loudspeaker without permission or unreasonable noise. Count 2, drove while license suspended. Count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Let's see if he gets.
This is exactly why representing yourself is almost always a terrible idea in criminal or traffic court. A competent attorney would know what options to take, what motions to file, and when to just accept a reasonable deal. Instead, he's out here freestyling constitutional law like it's open mic night. He really believes he's outsmarting the system, but he can't even pick a simple option when the judge lays them out. Self-representation doesn't make you a genius. It just puts your bad decisions on record.
I am Williams L.
All right. Sir,
I don't have a name. I have a title.
That's certainly one way for the judge to handle it. You don't want to participate. Fine your warrants stay active and your problems stay unsolved. The court isn't going to chase you around begging you to cooperate. To be fair, he did at least come back to the courthouse the very next day to face the judge in person. But as you're about to see, showing up physically doesn't mean you've learned anything mentally. The outcome goes pretty much exactly how you'd expect from someone this committed to their own.
This is the date and time set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Do you want to participate in these proceedings?
Yes, I'm here on special appearance. I'm just letting you know who I am.
All right. So how would you like to move forward with this matter, sir?
I asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction, Your Honor.
All right. That motion has been denied. How would you like to move forward on these matters?
I just told you what I would like it, so I don't know. I'm just here on
So it's
special
been
appearance.
denied. So you can either participate today.
I am participating. I'm here.
When he insists Williams is just a title, not a name, the whole thing slips from weird into cartoonish. You almost want to ask who knighted him with this grand title in the first place. This isn't some royal ceremony, it's traffic court. Judges deal in facts, records, and legal identities, not imaginary unreal. Every time he doubles down on this title stuff, he just proves how far removed he is from how courtrooms actually operate.
I'm speaking for myself. I have no attorney, so I'm just letting you know. I just denied, so we can keep going on with proceedings. I am Williams L. I'm not a United States citizen. I'm not Negro, black, or color. I'm not Christian.
All right, Mr. Williams, it appears to the court as I'm making a record that he does not want to participate in these proceedings.
I told you I
like
wanted to
dismiss these
participate. I'm just
matters.
letting you know who I am. I told you for the record.
All right, he would like to not participate in these proceedings. He has told me that he is the person known as Williams L. and not the person on these tickets. So he is not appearing on behalf of this person. This person has not made themselves available to the court today as an arraignment on the bench warrant. So these matters will stay in warrant status. Thank you so much. That concludes this hearing. Have a good day, Mr. L. Williams.
Well,
And then
one.
he drops the classic line. He's not under statutes. Or, as he pronounces it, statues, like we're talking about marble monuments instead of written law. At that point, you almost want the judge to step back and let him keep talking just so we can hear the full conspiracy theory. He really thinks that by declaring himself under common law, the traffic code politely steps aside. The only thing he's proving here is that he understands neither common law nor statutes.
Williams L.
Williams L. I'm gonna call the case as is,
Okay.
and then I'll refer to you as Williams L. if you would like, okay? Now calling the matters of the people versus Michael Williams, also known as Williams L. This is ticket number SP 12123334. Count 1, use loudspeaker without permission or unreasonable noise. Count 2, drove while license suspended. And count 3 is no insurance misdemeanor. Sir, can you state your name for the record, please?
Williams L.
Okay, and is there another name that you have?
That's not my name. That's just my title.
And who anointed
That
you?
question from the judge finally hits the nail on the head. How can you deny being a citizen and still demand constitutional rights reserved for citizens? That's what everyone listening has been thinking this whole time. Now, to be clear, basic human rights and due process protections apply to non-citizens too. That's part of any functioning legal system. But there's a huge difference between fundamental protections and full political rights. You don't get to bash the country, reject its status, and then cherry-pick the benefits when it suits your
Crayons?
argument.
Okay, what's your title that you have, sir?
Williams L.
And then, is that your name or your title?
My title.
Okay, you don't have a name at all?
No, I'm not Christian.
All right. Is my understanding that you don't want to have an attorney, sir, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know you have the right to have an attorney. These matters are misdemeanor matters, and you have the right to have an attorney on these matters, sir. And it's my understanding, no attorney, okay? So let me advise you of your rights. In these particular matters, the court can, since they are misdemeanors, do either, I think, 90 days on one of these and up to 93 days in jail, or a maximum fine of $500. These are all misdemeanors, so that's the maximum penalty that can be given in any of these matters. You have a right to have a trial, a bench, or a jury trial in any of these matters. A bench trial is a trial before myself as the trier and finder of facts. A jury trial is a trial with 6 members of the city of Detroit who will come in here and hear the same information and make a decision based on that. These are your rights that you have right now. You also have a right to have a pretrial. What that does is that gives you time to think about any offer that may be given to you. At this point in time, there has been an offer extended to you that if you are willing to plead to the no insurance misdemeanor, it will be reduced to an improper place. I set the fine that goes with that. You have a right to, you can also move for a motion. If you know how to file those, you can file a motion as well. So what's your pleasure at this time, sir?
I know I'm under common law. I'm not under statutes.
Wait.
What makes this even more painful is that the judge already answered him. His motion to dismiss for lack of jurisdiction was denied clearly and on the record. If he actually wanted to argue that point, he'd need to engage with the process, not just repeat the same line on loop. Representing yourself doesn't mean saying lack of jurisdiction like a magic phrase. It means knowing when to file, how to argue, and how to respond when the court rules against you.
Codes or regulations.
So when you drive on any city street in the city of Detroit, any road in the state of Michigan, you now avail yourselves, whether you wanted to or not, to the laws and states and regulations that are governing us. So you may not have wanted to, but you did. So these are your options at this point in time. If you choose not to, if you were traveling, if you were driving, it's all the same.
I wasn't driving. I was never.
So if you were just in the vehicle as a passenger?
I was parked. And it was harassing. Was
You
never
sure you
driving.
don't want an attorney?
I'm under common law. I can speak for myself. I'm not a minority. I'm a sovereign.
So what option would you like today? Of those that I gave you, sir? You can have,
Ma'am, I'm a sovereign. I can't Because I do not
Okay.
consent. I can't. I can't
So here's
consent.
what's gonna happen. So I want to make sure you had all the options. You can't consent to anything. So that means that you don't want to participate in the process. So it's just gonna go back into warrant status. Because you have to pick one of the options, yes.
Now
it
I'm a
is.
sovereign.
And you were in the city of Detroit on a street in a vehicle. And I understand what you just said. That's why I said,
Right.
did you want counsel?
I'm not a
Because
United
counsel-
States citizen.
Okay, all right, so,
Nobody have improved jurisdiction. Your Honor. I'm a Moor. Nobody have improved jurisdiction. I'm under common law. Statutes don't apply to me. I'm under common law.
that's, okay, and that's
Supreme
fine.
Court case,
That's your.
Supreme Court case, Self versus Ray. Statutes don't apply to me. I'm on common law. And if there was a crime committed, can you please show me the injured party? Or I ask for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction.
I deny the motion for the case to be dismissed, so you have these options, or else it's just gonna remain. in warrant
And I'm
status.
under duress because you forcing me saying you're gonna put a warrant out for my
It's
arrest.
already out there.
But
The
that's
warrant hasn't
violating
been
my
removed.
13th Amendment. You can't enslave me unless a crime has been committed.
So you
You
can't.
can't
have-
violate my
Okay, you
constitutional
can let me
rights.
finish talking. You can't claim you're sovereign and then claim rights under the Constitution. That's not how it works. No, that is not how it works.
Ma'am, I'm not a United States citizen. I have a nationality.
Okay, so that means that.
You
either
have
the
to go by
laws- Either the laws all apply or none of them apply.
The laws do apply. What do you have a liability? Do you have a bond? Did you swear an oath to the Constitution? I would like to see that.
Yes, I was gonna say I did do that, but I don't have to show you any of that because I wasn't the arresting party. I'm just here
I'm
to
saying,
make
do
sure.
you have a
that-
liability? Do you have a bond?
Listen, I'm not gonna argue with you. Mr.
I'm not
L.
arguing.
Williams L.
I'm under law.
Mr. Williams L., those are your options. If you don't want any of those options, it's gonna remain in warrant
You're
status.
forcing me.
Nothing
You
I
can't
can
do that.
Okay,
You can't do that, man.
Okay.
You can't go against Constitution.
okay,
You
Mr.
took an
L.
oath.
Williams L.,
You swore an oath to
I did,
follow the Constitution.
I did.
That's why I need your liability bond. Do you have a liability bond?
No.
You don't have a liability bond?
No.
Wow, man, somebody's gonna get in trouble. I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble.
Oh, really?
The irony is brutal here. He keeps claiming the system is abusing him, but his own refusal to participate is exactly what keeps him stuck. If he had simply acknowledged his name and let a public defender handle the case, this might already be resolved or significantly reduced. Instead, he's standing there with his warrants, still active, insisting he's the victim. Sometimes the harsh truth is that you are the architect of your own
Continue.
legal disaster.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Williams L., I was about to say, if you don't want any of those options, then your only other option is that I have to leave it in warrant status.
I do
You
not
have to choose
consent.
one of those-
I'm here. What warrant? That I didn't show up?
That you didn't want to choose one of these things.
I don't have to. You can't force me to do that, Your Honor.
You're right.
You can't
All right.
force me. You can't put a warrant out. I would like to talk to somebody, a chief judge. You're violating my
You can
constitutional
go up to the
rights.
fifth floor and make a complaint.
That's because you're violating my constitutional rights.
All right.
And I'm
Thank
gonna ask the sheriff for your liability bond.
you. Okay.
Hey, I don't want to do that. I just
Okay, you
asked
can
for the
ask
case to
him,
be
go ahead
dismissed.
and ask the sheriff for my liability bond. It's fine.
Took an oath to swear to the Constitution. You took an oath. I'm under common law. I'm not under statutes or regulations.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Did you get all that, Ms. Sandy? Okay, fantastic. All right, that concludes this hearing. Thank you
I'm
so
not
much.
Negro, black, or color for the record.
Okay, he said he's not black or color for the record either, okay?
No, I'm Moorish American. I'm a Moor. Sorry.
First American and he's a sovereign.
I have a nationality.
Yeah,
That's where we're going to wrap this one up. Our guy Williams L., who I'd say the L stands for loss, has another court date coming up in about a month. And you can bet I'll be covering that circus too. If this hearing taught us anything, it's that fake legal theories don't beat real judges, real warrants, and real consequences. Sovereign citizen scripts might work on TikTok, but they crash hard in an actual courtroom. If you enjoyed watching this meltdown unfold, hit the like button. If you didn't, feel free to smash dislike. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you've seen similar sovereign citizen disasters. And make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss the next episode.